Okay, I'm done with. I'm left with one positive event that I'm yet to find. Just give me 5 more minutes.
I'm done.
Let's wait for Uma. Let her finish, then we'll go back.
Okay, done. Unmute.
Cool. Now write these questions. So you have to answer the following questions for your defining moment, okay? All the positive moments that you have. So the event that you have written now has to be like this. So what was your first? So Rajesh, what was your first defining positive moment?
Brought up with pamper in grandparents' home. Brought up with pamper and lots of pamper and love in my grandparents' home.
So is this a?
It is an event for me because I said, no, I don't have anything, just 2 events, I said, right? Because and this actually, I'm going to speak on this to you because this is something, which is my current, related to my current situation as well.
So how old were you?
I was 6 months old when I was with my grandparents. And when I started knowing them was maybe imprinting was happening by then. Until my 6 months to 6 years, I was with my grandparents. And then, why my mother brought me back is the most cruel reason. She saw like I'm very much accustomed to my grandmother. I'm very much close to her. She was feeling insecure, and so she brought me back.
So have you written it in your negative?
No, I didn't beaten and scolded always at home. That was the gist. I have nothing to write in short. Because I yet remember, when I was in class nursery, I used to score high marks. And as a child, when a child scores, totally the thing goes to the parents or whoever is teaching them. So I used to score, I was ranking within 10th. Ranking system was there at that time. And in class KG, I just failed in many subjects. Can you understand that?
Crazy. Great.
And so let's remember everything.
Okay. So let's get you. So that is your defining moment. That was you were very loved, care, everything. And how old were you?
In 6 years.
Yes. What happened? Who was there and what was said? So when you said I was very loved and pampered, Rajeshri, I want to become little more specific. That was there any event that you felt is life changing? I want you to get that specific event in your this thing.
Actually, see, till 6 years, no. See, my main event is what? Escape. Escape is my event. Till 6 years, I was constantly with my grandparents. Then I came with my parents. But then for any vacation, any holiday, I used to run to my grandparents' home or they used to come visiting me. Got it?
Okay. I still want you to, I understood, but I still want you to find see, beliefs are made when there is a specific event. Like I said, when you are going, you're burning your hand, that's an event. And at that point of time, you define it that fire is dangerous.
I was never scolded. Even I was very naughty. Okay, and then everything was taken as, she's small, she will do this. I was never scolded.
So what was said is she was small. So what happened? Who was there and what was said? So I want you to focus on this question.
Okay.
Okay. So what is your defining moment? Write it down. How old were you? Focus on what happened. What was the incident? Who was there and what was said? Okay. And what did you tell yourself then after that? Like, I'm pampered and everything. And when she said that, oh choto, oh pere jabe. So what did you tell yourself then?
আমি ছোট, আমি ভুল করেছি।
Correct. what would you have wanted to happen? But instead,
I-
what do you think you should have?
I thought they would have scolded me.
Okay. So which great thing did you learn from that event? And since then, what uh, positive belief have you formed since then? Understood the reason of finding out the question. So write down these questions. Write down these questions and take any positive event that has happened in your life and scrutiny it through the questions. I can keep it open. I can keep this open. You can just start writing the answers.
ஆமாங்க ஆமாங்க.
Really want you to take as much as time possible. There is no hurry because this is your life. I want you to revisit that memory. I want you to be there and as if you are there and just see how you are answering the question. So there is no hurry at all. Take your time.
Hello, Arpita ma'am. I can't hear you.
How are you, Manisha? कैसे हो?
I am better now, ma'am. Last
Better?
week hospitalized. Yeah, I am hospitalized last week.
उसके
Now I
बाद
am
जो हमने बात की थी उसके बाद भी ठीक हो?
हाँ ठीक हूँ, काफी बेटर हूँ मैम। पर
Good.
मुझे इन्फेक्शन हो गया था तो मुझे अस्पताल में रखना पड़ा था।
अभी
Now
ठीक हो ना?
yes, I am feeling better. मैम आप मुझे एक बार फिर लिंक शेयर करेंगे? पता नहीं मेरे मोबाइल में क्या हुआ, तो ऑल व्हाट्सएप क्लियर हो गया है, तो
अच्छा
मुझे
ठीक है
पुराने
मैं शेयर कर मैं
वीडियोस
गूगल
देखने
ड्राइव पे मैं
बाकी
शेयर कर दूँ बट आई डू इट
और आज थोड़ा नेटवर्क इश्यू चल रहा था अभी सोसाइटी में, तो वर्क कर रहे थे ना, तो नेटवर्क नहीं था, तो अभी जस्ट चालू हुआ।
ओके नो प्रॉब्लम अभी इसको तुम समझ नहीं पाओगी शायद बिकॉज हम काफी दूर थोड़ा निकल आए हैं बट स्टिल स्टे कुछ ना कुछ समझ आएगा हम
ओके
बिलीफ सिस्टम की बात कर रहे हैं तो देखो अभी when they will answer तो फिर you will understand that what's happening. I want you all to focus on this. Which great thing did you learn from this event? So there are the two important questions are what happened, who was there, what was said. What was said is very important. Okay. And similarly, which great thing did you learn from this event? Because these two are going to make the positive belief system that you have now.
Arpita, if time permits, I'll ask you 2 questions. Otherwise,
Yeah,
next.
ask us this.
I have seen 2 belief system now. When I'm writing this now, I'm saying, you know, like 2 belief systems are working even right now with me. One, not belief, yeah, beliefs. One is that, you know, when I was small, like to escape my parents' home, I used to go to my grandparents' home, and then I used to forget everything. So that was my escape, right? And right now, my situation is, you know, to escape this situation, I just go out traveling. So I just try to correlate the thing, you know, I'm just trying to go myself, remove myself from the place,
Yeah.
and I will try to forget, but that is not a
So-
solution.
Yeah. So what is the belief? So what belief did you? So what you did was an action. That to evade the torture of my family, I need to go somewhere. That means to leave the situation and move away from the situation. Okay. So belief system is that whenever there is a situation, I will not face it. I will escape.
And I become silent actually, because, you know, sometimes
Yeah.
speaking doesn't matter, but if when you
Yes,
talk, the
yes.
person won't try to understand, right?
That's okay.
So the solution is silent and distant.
Correct. So now, do you want to? So the question is this belief helping?
If I can completely move away, it will help, because when I take this kind of decision, it is some extreme situations are there. It is not like, you know, a small problem, a minute data mein chali gayi, not that kind of thing. I'll tell you one incident when I was in class 1 and I was chasing a wasp. Bolta is na, that thing I chased, and I caught it. So it obviously I got
Stung
bitten
you,
by
yeah.
it, yeah, and stung, and my hand was swollen. And I was expecting like my mom will pamper me, my dad will do that thing, but they were blaming me for this, right? And
So
there is
did you now Rajashri, now you got it right. I'm saying of this event. An event happened, you were chasing. So now you will put it in your negative event. I was chasing a wasp. I was stung by the wasp. What would you have wanted to happen? I wanted my parents to sympathize me and care for me. Okay. But what happened? What was said?
they
That you
said
were
it was my
careless.
fault, and yeah, and
Okay. Correct. So now the negative. So what did you learn from that event? So we will keep this incident. We will, when we come to the negative event, we are going to dissect it again.
and on that evening itself, my grandparents came meeting me, because, you know, she was having some telepathic thing. And when my grandmother came and she saw my hand and she gave me some, you know, desi nuska kind of things are there, right? And I was healing at that time.
So I want you to take two incidents, or these two incidents, Rajeshri. Take these two incidents. Same incident, something positive happened, and the same incident, something negative happened. So when the positive happened, write down the questions, and when the negative happened, write down the questions. So then you will understand what negative belief and what positive belief you have taken from that incident. So do that.
And another thing, you know, I have a belief, you know, like people, there are usually when we see humble people, nice people, we say they are good people, right? But I am very skeptical about the humble people.
That's
Because
okay. That's a belief system.
the reason is that, you know, my father is the most humble and the nicest person that everyone knows. But I know what he is in the home.
Correct.
Because
True.
the way he used to hit me and the way thing is to go.
So the homework
So-
is going to be this only. The homework is going to be writing down all the incidents and events and finding out what belief system is it, and then understanding that कि ये जो belief system है, ये belief system मेरे लिए work कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा. Right.
But now like, now when I see any good person and talking to me, suppose I'm telling a person, please don't talk to me, I'm not in the mood of talking, or something of that sort. Take a stranger maybe. And even if the person is good to me now, then I can't understand if they are being my grandparent role or my parents role. If they are actually genuine person, or they are, you know, narc kind of people, they are trying to trap me, and then they will show their own face, because I have seen both the thing.
So what do you learn from that event? So you saw your father, who's a very humble person, but actually he was something different. What did you learn from that?
Humility can be a must. Humbleness can be a must.
Humbleness can be a must. So and does it help you in life?
Mm, in that way, I become a bit skeptical. So, I test people.
Is it
And
good or bad? Is it helping you or not? So when you are not taking people on the face value, is it helping you or not? Is it helping you anywhere in your life?
yeah, so my close friend who are there, like they stayed back, though I was testing them, they never understood. That's a different story. But yes, again, many people don't stay, they live. And the testing phase hurts me because
Mhm.
I tested some good people.
Mhm.
Whoever
So,
stayed,
yeah,
that hurts me. I go into a guilt phase at that time.
that's okay. That's okay. We will figure. See, always remember one thing, all of you, that every incident has both the side of the coin. You learn something from it, okay, and you also learn a lesson from it.
But now I can't trust people, those who are very humble. I
That's
find, people should be real.
So
Like
all
when
humble
Andy,
people are bad, Rajeshri. All humble people are bad.
I can't test everyone, right?
Yes. So again, when you go to the Socratic questioning, there is a question: are you providing the evidence to prove your mind that this is right, or are you exploring your options to see beyond the evidences you're looking for? You remember the question?
Yeah, I remember. It's
So
your
Socratic questioning is
imagination
a
or
very
your.
important question. Are you seeing what you want to see? Are you only seeing what you want to see?
And as a result, what happens, I end up looking like a villain before them because they are humble,
Yes,
the good ones.
because that is how the beliefs turns into an action. What you believe will eventually become your action. Okay. So my question is, ask yourself this question: that what am I believing? Am I only looking for the evidences that proves my belief, or can I see think differently also? Do you know people who are humble are actually humble?
Yes, I know because my grandmother is there.
So now what you have to do is, Rajeshri, as I told, beliefs are made on convictions and evidences. So you have evidences that you have only one evidence where you found your father to be humble but not actually a humble person inside, and you also have an evidence where you have a humble grandparents and they're also a humble people. Now it is your choice: which wolf do you want to feed, the black or the white? You have seen both.
But how to understand who is whom?
Yes. So how to understand? Understanding is definitely trial and error. Observation. A lot of people, all of us have trust issues. Why? So it's observation. Being an observer and the best way to trust people, it's a secret. Write it down. The best way to trust people is to see what they say. Are they acting on it or not? That is it. The only way to trust people is to see the integrity of word with the action. If somebody says a lot of things but does nothing, you cannot trust them. They have integrity issues. But if somebody is saying something and also doing the thing, that means the person has a character. He has integrity. So action will always speak truth. Your action proves you who you are. So every time you meet new person, you figure it out that is the person doing what the person is saying.
Can I ask you one last question? Because others are also here. I mean, they might have some questions too.
Yeah.
Suppose you and me, we are talking, right? We are strangers. And you told me, Rajesh, I don't want to speak to you because you trigger me some memories. Suppose.
I don't hear what?
We are talking, we
Uh-huh.
are strangers,
Uh-huh.
and somehow, I speak in a way that I trigger your memories about someone whom you know or someone you like.
Uh-huh.
Fine?
Mhm.
And you tell me that Rajeshri, I want to make distant. We are very assertive kind of. You have tried explaining me in different ways. I didn't understand, so you're very direct. That you bring me someone's memories, so I'm distancing from you. And I say you, okay, fine, I won't disturb you again.
Mhm.
Fine. Then I have two things can happen. Either I won't disturb completely, I'll remove myself, or I may keep coming to you,
Uh-huh.
trying to normalize the situation.
Uh-huh.
Again, I cannot have an wrong intuition about the other person who is coming, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So how to understand this thing? Like in my case, if someone says me this, I'll distance myself completely. I'll get hurt. I'll get hurt and I'll distance myself.
So for example, so the question is, there is an ex person who comes to you and the ex person tells you, Rajeshri, you reminds me of somebody.
Mm.
So I don't want to attach with you and I want to stay distant. So the person is, so rather than actually saying what to do, he's doing the opposite. What did he say? I want to distance you. I want to get distant from
I
you.
am telling you, suppose I want to distance you, right?
Yeah, exactly. I got it. The ex person is saying, Rajeshri, I don't want to come, attach with myself because, you remind me of somebody else.
But
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 he keeps coming back, or the ex keeps coming back.
exactly.
So is there an integrity with the word and the action? Can you trust a person who says something but does something else?
That and now here what I think, a communication can help, like to understand the person's mind, that why he is coming back even after. Because the person may try to, normalize or neutralize the situation.
Yes.
That person can be actually a humble person.
Yeah.
Or
So
that
now
person
it is. So now again, it becomes your choice. Now you can. Now first you understood that okay, this person has some issues with integrity. The person cannot stick to what he says. Number one, point take. Okay, the person has a confused personality. The person cannot stick to what he's saying. Now, second, you have to understand that how intense or how serious was the person when the person was saying, I want to stay distant, or was it just a sentence that I want to stay distant? So there is a difference between somebody saying, no, man, you trigger the memory.
Arpita, here the person doesn't want to distance. Here I want to distance. And the person says, okay.
We'll take it personally because we have to finish the course. We'll take it personally. Uma, let's come to you. Let's take a positive. Rajeshri, I want to talk to you about this maybe Saturday or Sunday. Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, Uma, let's start with your positive question. Positive defining moment. Give me a defining moment. Something happened.
My defining moment was when I was around 3 years old or something. I lost my golden stud
Okay.
at home.
Okay.
So that was a defining moment. And the thing is, the very next day, I found it under the chest of drawers.
Okay.
I lost it. This is a clear memory that I keep coming back to. I don't know why. It does not, I feel it does not have much of it does not make much of a difference on me, but I clearly remember this event. I lost it. I looked under the chest of drawers and I found the stud.
Okay.
So I was about 3 years old.
So your defining moment was you lost a stud and the next day you found it. It was an event. A significant event. Okay. And how old were you?
3 years old.
You were 3 years old. So what happened there? So which is more, so there are two events. One event is when you lost it. So what happened when you lost it? Who was there and what was said?
My mom was there. She was the one who discovered that my stud is missing. But I don't remember her scolding me or harshly saying anything, nothing at all.
Then what did she say?
I feel this strong urge within myself to find it. I just wanted it to be found. It was very strong. And then with that,
What did you, so nobody told you anything. Your mom did not say anything. So you told yourself that I need to find it.
Yes. That urge was within me. But because I cannot remember anyone scolding me or, why did you lose it? Why weren't you careful? Nothing, absolutely nothing. All I can remember was I lost it, but I wanted it found. And with some, I don't know what happened. Was it an intuition or what? The very next day, it was not the same day. The next day, I was doing something and looking under the chest of drawers and I found the stud. And I remember up and running towards my mom, telling her that I found it.
Okay.
So, and then I can't clearly remember what she said and all, but this belief, this thing settled inside me that when I lose something, I have the capability of finding it back as well.
So wonderful. This is beautiful. This is such a beautiful thing. So that means if I lose something, I can always get it back. I can found the loss. Beautiful. So and has this belief system helped you in your life ahead? Has something of the same sort happened in your life?
Strangely, this memory, it keeps haunting me in the sense when things don't work my way,
Mhm,
I just cannot let things be. I
mhm,
just want things to happen the way I want it. So
mhm.
sometimes I feel rather than being a positive experience for me, it
Mhm.
has become something of a stubbornness, that if,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
So now if I want to cut you here, Uma, when you said that when you lost your earring, you had a strong intuition you wanted to find. So I want you to go back to the memory and find it. Were you trying to control everything that time?
mm, I think I kept looking everywhere. I can't clearly remember, but
Kept
I feel,
looking. You kept looking for it till you found it.
yes,
Okay. So what
yes.
were you telling yourself that time? Do you remember what was something that was happening in your mind vaguely?
I just remember, this thing over and over again going inside myself. I have to find it. I have to find it. Just mil jana chahiye, mil jana chahiye, mil jana chahiye. It should
So
not be lost. It should not be lost. So it kind of has become, they say, that obsessive compulsive disorder, something of that kind. It has
okay. So,
become like that. I feel rather than feeding a positive feeling inside me,
so this is a negative
it
event.
has become, yes,
This is a
it has
negative.
become something like compulsive. If
Okay.
I start something, I should have the results. That's that's what I'm expecting. It should, if it happens otherwise, I just keep, either I keep stressing myself or I keep doing something so that that event turns to be in my favor. It turns
Yeah.
out to be the way
So this
I
is
want.
a negative event, and this is a negative belief that I can control
Yes,
everything.
yes, yes.
Yes. So I want you to go back to that chart of what you can control and what you cannot, and practice that.
Hmm.
Okay. Now give me some. This is a negative event. Give me another positive event. Something good that happened.
Um, the positive event, I was a good student.
Mhm.
And most of the time, whichever course I used to take, whichever subject I was in, whichever teacher it was, I usually used to get positive feedback from the teacher.
Mhm.
That's a positive event.
Okay. So was there any defining moment for you?
Mm, the 10th mark, because till then I was maybe standing first in my class, maybe in the three sections or something like that. But when the 10th board results came, I came school first. It was an independent marking system. So that was kind of validated. So
Okay.
maybe that was a positive event that, yes,
So
I am a good
I
student.
want you to do this question based on that. I want you to do this
Do
question.
these questions based on that
So
event.
I will give you examples so that it becomes easy for you. So let us so I have one incident, very important incident that has happened to my life. I was young and I went to a meat shop, okay, and in the meat shop I was supposed to buy a half kilo of mutton, okay, and when I asked the shop keeper that how much is the mutton for, because my mom has given me 10 rupees and she said that half kilo of mutton would cost you 10 rupees. I said fine.
Okay.
So when I went to the shop and when I asked the shopkeeper, I said I want half kilo of mutton, how much that would be. So the shopkeeper said it will be 12 rupees because the price may have increased, and I had 10 rupees. So I stood there for a while and I then told him, I said, fine, I just have 10 rupees now. So you give me the mutton for 10 rupees only, how much, whatever it is. So the person gave me the mutton, and there was a man standing next to me who was supposedly my father's friend. Okay,
Okay.
I took the mutton and I went back home and I told my mother, I said, Mom, the price has increased and I have got less amount of mutton because I just had to be 10 rupees. So my mom told me that, why you didn't come back and take additional 2 rupees. I said, no, I would not be wasting time because, it was already daytime and maybe the mutton would, it would finish because there were so many people standing. And my mom laughed. Period. My father then friends, he meets my father's, I told you, the man who was my father's friend. So they both
Yeah.
met together in the evening and having a cup of tea, and I was sitting there. And then he tells, Alok, your daughter is so intelligent. She has such presence of mind. I was astonished that, she stood there silently, calmly, she thought over it, and then she spoke to the, the shopkeeper in such a manner that, okay, it's fine, whatever it is, give it to me, I'll go back home. She has such presence of mind and she's so intelligent. So now you see the event. So the event was this. And what was my defining moment? Going to the shopkeeper and using my presence of mind there.
Okay.
How old was I? Probably 6 years old. Not even that. Okay. I was just 6 years old. And, because I was the eldest daughter, my mother would just send me to buy things. What happened? This whole story happened. Who was there? The uncle was there. What was said? She is very intelligent and she has such beautiful presence of mind. What did you tell yourself then? So as a child, I was so happy. Oh my God, I'm so intelligent. I'm so street smart. I have brain. Okay. What would you have wanted to happen? I would have wanted my parents to applaud, which my parents did. My father was like, I know, she's like this. Which great thing did you learn from this event? Using your presence of mind in any situation will save you. And which E code formed? Presence of mind is very important. Using your presence of mind is very, very important. And has it helped this positive belief in making my life better? Yes. Till today, if I am thrown out anywhere, I can use my presence of mind and I can take decisions spontaneously then and there. So till date, everybody says that, nothing will happen to Arpita because she will find her way out, because she has presence of mind and she's intelligent. So I want you to be that specific.
Okay.
These are defining moments. Okay. Next, negative event. So it was my uncle's marriage and I was around, say, 10, 11 years old probably. And my uncle had bought a new car. Okay. And in the marriage, there were so many people, all my cousins and everybody were there, and there was a new car and my uncle was getting married. And in the evening, my uncle decided that they will take all the kids for a car ride. Like in 1990s, the 1990s, like car ride was a huge thing. So what happened? Probably I must have slept or I wasn't there. So all my other cousins went for a car ride and I was left alone. So I remember still, I came out on the balcony and I saw no one there. And when I asked one of the person, I said, where are my cousins and where are my uncle? They said they have all gone for the car ride. Okay. Standing there, the first thing that I told myself, how could they forget me? Am I unlovable? Am I not important in their life? Do not I exist in their life? Okay. What would you have wanted to happen at that point of time? If somebody would have called me, if somebody would have looked for me, probably I have not felt that bad. Okay. Which great thing did you learn from this? So I'll go to the negative section. So what did you learn from this event? What did I learn from this event? It was very bad learning. What bad learning was that I am unloved. People can just leave me. People can just forget me at a whim. People don't want me. I am not important. And these feelings I've been carrying for a very, 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 very long time. That I am not visible. I am not important. People are not seeing me. They can simply forget and leave. They're my cousins. How could they do this to me? So I had a fear that, that I am easily forgettable. So when I used to get into relationships and, for some reason my partner would just be busy with his friends, or maybe, maybe, you have your own life even when you're in a relationship. I would constantly start feeling, is he forgetting me? Am I still important to that person? Does he love me? Uh, will he just leave? So what happened? So when I'm having these feelings, this belief that I am easily forgettable, that I'm not important, can create havoc in relationship. You create an anxious attachment style. You become clingy. You become shakki. You become suspicious. You just don't give space to your partner. You strangulate the relationship, and the person runs away. So I had to work majorly on my negative beliefs that Arpita is unloved and Arpita is not important and Arpita is not visible. It took me years. Trust me, not months, not a year, but it took me years to prove it to myself, to find evidences. How would I find evidences? Like this. Okay, he told me you are important. Okay, he told me you are important. And I would, in my mind, I would say positive construction +1. I would do this like a maths. So if some friend would say, "Arey yaar, tere bina to party jamti nahi hai," +1. I am important. +1. So like this, I started increasing the evidences to myself. I started feeding myself the evidences that, no, you're important, you are visible, you are lovable. And today when I sit here, I know I am loved, I'm important, I'm visible, people want me. So that's how the belief shifting happens. And this negative belief, trust me, it has spoiled many of my relations. I have lost many relations. So I want you to, so for today's homework, I want you to be as specific as find out those specific moments that created a moment for you. You defined that moment for you. You fuck, this is what it is. Or yeah, this is what it is. I'm so loved or I'm not so loved. And you write down these questions. So these questions can be used both for the positive feelings and for the negative feelings. And I want you to work on it for next 7 days. Okay, because it's very important, because when you will find the specific events now, then you will know that where the codes are coming from, where this belief system is springing from, and then we will go to changing the belief systems, right? So have you all written this question, or do you want me to send a screenshot for this? Should I send a screenshot?
The same questions for the negative event as
So
well.
what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to take a picture. Okay, so I'm going to send you this. And if you get stuck somewhere, I am available on call. Just send me a text. If I'm not able to take the call right now, send me a voice note. I will answer back. Fine. So just do it and have fun. And even if you want to cry or you feel sad, please let the emotion out. It has been stored there for a very long time. Cool. So now it is clear that what exactly I'm looking for, specific events. Done?
Yeah.
So then we will stop the class here and we will meet on next Wednesday. Next Thursday, 12 o'clock, and I'm sending you the questions. If you have any, just after half an hour, let it seep through. And if you have any question, put it on the group. Okay. So just a second, let me click a picture of this. Smile, please. Thank you. Okay. Any question? Just put it on. So see you guys. Have fun.